Before the trail, we heard Feeder on Radio 2. Steve Merchant here with Ricky Gervais, Karl Pilkington. We were talking before that about rotten gifts, and particularly gifts that Karl's received in the past. We're just actually thinking now, because we've got to give away this, we haven't got to give away, but we're generously giving away a Eurythmics Platinum Disc. So if you're a Eurythmics fan, or indeed if you're not, but perhaps you know someone who is, and maybe you got some rotten gifts for Christmas, then you can get in touch with us, let us know what the worst gift is that either you received this year, or maybe even in the past, you know, something that really you just was terrible. Maybe you, like Karl, had the poker face when you received it, you politely opened the box, but inside you were dying. But you can get in touch with us, 88291, we've got the email gervais@bbc.co.uk, or you can phone us, 0500 288 291. The worst gift ever will receive the Eurythmics Platinum Disc.
Well, talking of gifts, I got my girlfriend a few gifts, a trip to Paris and a few little bits and pieces, and one of which was a trip to the theatre.
Nice.
A thing we'd walked past before and we'd wanted to look really great. The Woman in Black, which is on at the Fortune Theatre in Covent Garden. I bought a 4 ticket, so you know we could, she could take some people. She chose to take Karl and Suzanne.
Well, of course. Now I think it's a scary play, isn't it? It's a spooky play.
It's a scary thing.
So
it's
you thought instantly Karl's the man.
Absolutely. And it wasn't it great, wasn't it? And the theatre was so lovely, and the production is so lush, and it's genuinely really it's been going for 17 years. They really honed it, and and it was great watching Karl. At one point, we were in a box, which I'll tell you about in a minute, and I just pointed to show Karl that this face was appearing, right? But as as I was pointing, he didn't see me pointing, my finger came into his peripheral vision, and he went, "Oh!" And I laughed for about 5 minutes, because he just saw a finger come in. I wasn't even trying to wind him up in that, because that was such a bonus for me, and I nearly died. But the reason we were in a box, I went there and I said, "Oh, can I get a box?" And they said, "Oh, the boxes are a little bit small and cramped." I went, "Okay." So okay, we'll give you some really good seats. So we got some nice seats downstairs. And do people go to the theatre these days to clear their throat?
Yeah.
And their nose?
Yeah.
Because I was surrounded by people going, which I find absolutely disgusting. That even annoyed me doing it, and I apologise to people at home listening. And coughing and eating sweets, chatting about things, right? And I was getting a bad neck. You know what I'm like? Anything. I just wanted it to be silent, right? So, in the interval, I said, I went up to the manager, I said, "Oh, can we wear the box?" And they went, "Oh, yeah, fine, yeah." It was free, they didn't sell it. So we went up there, and they let us go in one. The first one, we had to go past some people in the interval, treading past them, sorry.
I'm a celebrity, I get a box.
yeah, that's exactly. So they probably think, oh, they've given it to him for a special treatment. I was gonna buy it, it's no extra money, but they just didn't sell it, because it was, you know.
Another reason to hate you.
Yeah, exactly, but we went in there was only 3 chairs, so I went, this was the other box has got 4 chairs. Karl went, "I'm not going out there again." Right, so we said, "I'll sit on the floor." Imagine him sitting on the floor.
Were you sat on the floor with your little head peeking over the edge of the box?
No, this is it. So I went, "Oh, let's go." We went out, he was so embarrassed. Of course, everyone's going, "Oh, look." Walking past people again, went in the box. Everyone's looking at the box now. Right? And Karl was horrified. Karl was trying to hide, but it was
to be honest, I mean, the idea of a box is you get a better view, but I didn't, because I was like, I have to sit right at the back. I might as well have been, like, near the fire exit. I just was like, I don't want to be sitting
No, that's not the idea of boxes, to get a better view. I think it's from days where it was how you were meant to be seen. The boxes face each other, right? And you're meant to see who's in the other box. It was very a socialite type thing. The boxes are probably the worst view in the theatre. That's why some theatres don't actually sell them. But I'll tell you what, I'd rather have to lean forward and see something than be surrounded by people chewing
But
and sniffing.
It wasn't that bad though, Steve. That's the thing. You know what he's like. I mean, anything that's meant to be like a nice relaxing night out, whether it's going for a nice quiet meal, suddenly turns into this, like, nightmare.
Well, I won't go to public places with Ricky, because there's always something that'll annoy him, and then he won't take it out on them, he'll take it out on you. We gotta leave, it's too smoky, it's too noisy, it's not noisy enough. There's music, there's not music, it's an absolute nightmare.
Well, people annoy me, that's
stressful. So I mean, just the other day, right, I went out for something to eat. Nice, quiet, you know, Italian place. I walk in, there's about 6 people in there, having a nice, quiet meal, you know, quiet. I thought, that's good, he's not gonna complain about the noise and that. Sit down, I have some arrabbiata, which is nice and that. Alright. Anyway, he starts sort of normal chat, saying how he'd like to put my head in a vice.
Sorry, you'd like to put your head in a vice?
In a vice, yeah.
Not
just
really.
Sort of normal, sort of.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I was just thinking that it would be lovely to put him in one, you know those vice that are sort of attached to workbenches?
Yeah.
Just so, not to, just put it in there so he's caught there, and then I can sort of do what, paint his head or something,
Sure.
or feel it squeezing. And I just imagined sort of squeezing it too tight, didn't I?
So he's saying all this, right? Which I'm getting the sort of picture enough without sounds,
Right.
But then he thinks, well, why not add sounds? It's quiet in here, right? Start sort of going, so your head's in the vice, tighten it, and you're sort of going, right? So he's sat in a chair, quiet restaurant, doing that. It's like the scene out of When Harry Met Sally,
Yeah.
right? All these, like, tourists and that sat there sort of going, oh, Ricky Gervais over there. And suddenly, like, from a look of like, oh, that's good, it's Ricky Gervais, to what the hell is going on?
But I just imagine this little lad, because what he did, I just imagine him in a tighten, I go,
Is there any other radio show that's ever been on Radio 2 that has had this discussion?
well, no,
Does Johnny Walker, OBE, ever say, I'd love to put Terry Wogan's head in a vice and see what happens?
oh dear.
Eurythmics, Here Comes the Rain Again on Radio 2. We've got a Eurythmics Platinum disc to give away, and we'll get to that shortly. Keep your worst Christmas gifts ever coming in. You were talking about, Rick, about the you know, nightmarish people you find now in any kind of, you know, theatre and the cinemas, because I love the cinemas, you know, and I'm a big movie buff. And
Yeah.
to me, I feel that when I go into the cinema, it should be the red carpet treatment. I go all the time, you know, I'm a big cinema fan. I shouldn't have to sit with, for want of a better word, the scum of the world. Do you know
By
what I mean?
scum you mean anyone who isn't you?
Anyone who isn't me.
Yeah,
But sometimes, you know, you end up going to the cinema, you know, on a Friday or Saturday evening because you want to be, you know, you don't want to be a sad loner who goes on the Wednesday afternoon. So sometimes you're forced to sort of see these people. And I went to cinema once to see, remember that film Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Yeah.
And I sat there, I thought, this is great. I was a nice big seat, it was fine. And this woman comes trundling in. She was huge. I mean, properly mammoth, like the marshmallow monster at the end of Ghostbusters. Do you know what I mean? Kind of waddling in like that, with this tiny little flake of a husband. And she had everything. She had nachos, hot dogs, big soft drink cartons. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, those people who they've gone out to eat, and they pop into the cinema, and if a film happens to be showing there, they'll go and watch that.
Brilliant.
Basically,
They've gone for a picnic.
They've come to, yeah, they've
And there's
come
a film
to
on.
raise,
Yeah.
and so they've arbitrarily chosen this film, so she's in there, the trailer's come on, and it's not only is she greedy, but you can tell she's stupid. This trailer comes on for AI, remember that film, Spielberg film, AI?
Yeah.
And the trailer is something like, Jimmy is a 12-year-old boy, he feels like a human, he experiences emotion like a human, but he's not a human, he's a robot. Right, everyone goes quiet, and she went to her husband, how old was he again?
Oh.
So already I'm on my backside, do you know what I mean? Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon comes on, right? It comes up, and you know it's in Mandarin, I think it's an Asian film. And it comes up, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. She says, bear in mind she's paid the money to come in, she says, funny name for a film. Which is pretty weird. So, it comes up, it says Mandarin subtitles, she goes, not subtitles. It comes on, right, they're all speaking in Mandarin. She, to her husband, turns to him, she starts going, jing chang chong chong chang chang chong.
No.
Jing chang chong chong chang chang ching. Like, during the film. I mean, it's the film started and she's doing that. She's going funny language, wing wang chang wing chang chang chong chong, and they start both doing it, right?
Oh, God.
So I get up, I'm so angry, I want to make, again, of course, not too polite to actually say anything, so I think I'll make it clear what my feelings are. So I get up, hoping that the seat will flip back loudly and I can storm
Knock
off.
her popcorn all over it.
Over his stupid face. But, sadly the seats didn't flip up, so I just kind of huffily climbed over a few seats, sat down, brilliant, next to a teenage girl on her mobile phone.
Oh.
And she's on there, she's chatting away, no, I'll meet you after, da, da, da. And I wanted to grab the phone for her and say, I'll be honest with you, you're 14, and unless this is your broker in Hong Kong saying the big deal's about to go through, which I suspect it's not, I suspect it's Gavin saying, can we meet behind the bike sheds later? Put the phone down. People who are on the phone in the cinema.
I know.
It drives,
I know, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. See, you're like
But
me.
people always say, why'd you get so angry? Your New Year's resolution should be calm down, chill out, you know. But how can you chill out when this stuff's going on?
What's your New Year's resolution,
Well, no, just
Carl?
with that though, I mean, surely people are allowed to, like, have a chat if a film's got subtitles.
Why?
Because you can read it, it doesn't matter about the noise.
That is the most stupid thing I have ever heard in my life.
No, I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
that
I'm not-
really is the most stupid thing I've ever... So go along with your iPod on.
Yeah, take a ghetto blaster.
Yeah, you could if you can multitask. I mean, that would do my head in, having music, and I don't know what to sort of concentrate on. But it's only like reading a book when you're on a train, innit? You've got noise around you.
What?
What are you talking about? These films cost millions of dollars. Everything's perfect.
The
And
music, the sound effects.
the whole montage, this mixed media, and someone comes along and goes, oh, I might as well talk to Gavin on my phone, well, I was reading it anyway. You're an idiot. You're an idiot, Carl. I think your New Year's resolution should be less stupid.
No, I'm doing, I'm going to try and learn something new every day through 2006.
What have you learnt today?
Well, I did a lot yesterday, so I'm having a day off today. but no, you know, just well, I did, didn't I? I did the Bible stuff and that. So I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, we've got that coming up.
What's your
Carl's
New Year's
sermon.
resolution? To be less annoyed.
I suppose I should be more tolerant.
So we're going to do some clues for next week?
Yeah, right. Again, same sort of system. 3 of them email in, and we'll pick one at random. Right. First one. The initials RP.
Right.
Right. And the cryptic clue.
Not cryptic, well.
Steal that woman's flower. Right? If you're gonna like nick a.
Well, no, it's different now. What is it? If it's a cryptic clue,
let him finish it.
Okay, what is the clue?
flower.
What is the clue and stick to it?
Steal that woman's flower.
Fine. Okay.
RP.
Right, okay.
Right. Second one. B.
Is that the clue or the initial?
B is the initial. Right. And cryptic clue. Keep whacking the cooker with a stick. What is it? It's a band or an artist. They kept whacking the cooker with some sort of.
What is it? Keep or kept? What's it? If it's a cryptic clue, everything matters. So.
Well, it doesn't really. Just think about whacking.
Well, no. Give us the clue again. Okay.
Just whack the cooker.
No,
with
what
some
is the
sort
clue?
of
Do the clue.
stick.
Okay, do the clue. This is the clue, and the only right. No, wait. The initial is B, and the clue is.
Keep whacking the cooker with a stick.
Right, fine.
But it doesn't have to be a stick, though. It
Well,
could
no,
be like an iron. It could be any sort of.
Well, okay then. Let's do the clue again. Then. Okay, so the initials B. What's the clue?
Keep whacking the cooker.
Fine.
The last one, the initial M, and then the clue is Venice. It's all water, isn't it? Right. How would you describe it, right? When
Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this the what?
Let him finish the clue! I want to go home, I haven't slept, I've just come back from Rio!
He might never finish the clue. It keeps going. It's full of water. Right? Oh, well, you don't need a stick, do you? Use your hand if you want. Well, no, it's B. No. I mean, he might never finish.
Well, not if you're going to interrupt him.
What's the initial?
M.
What's the clue?
Venice. It's all water. There's hardly any land, so how would you describe it?
Okay.
I think that sort of works. M is the artist or a band. Email in.
Rockbusters.
Ah, yes, the time that no one looks forward to.
Chimpanzee that, Rockbusters.
Right, so gave you 3 clues last week, 3 cryptic clues. Some initials of a band or an artist. You emailed in. Rob Harding got it right.
Oh, nice work, Rob.
So well done. The 3 clues. The first one was RP for the initials, and the clue was steal that woman's flower. Right.
Yeah.
So that was a cryptic clue. The answer today is Rob Plant.
Rob Plant.
Rob Plant.
I don't know who that is though. Is there? There's no artist called Robert Plant.
That's like Robert Plant. Robert.
No, Robert Plant.
Yeah, but
is
you
his
don't
name.
say that. You sort of go, oh yeah, I'm into.
Well, you do say it.
Have you got the,
it means
new
like
album by Robert Plant? Yeah,
Robert Plant.
They wouldn't go what?
I don't know who. I don't know.
Plant.
Are you saying Rubber Plant?
The second
What are you
one,
saying there, Carl? Though
the second one was.
it doesn't work.
The initial was B, and then that was keep whacking the cooker with a stick. Right.
Yeah.
Didn't have to be a stick. We pointed that out. Just keep whacking the cooker.
Keep whacking the cooker, yeah.
That was B. That was B oven.
Beat Oven. I don't know who that is either. Is that a group?
Beat oven?
Is that the Beatles? Who's the Beat Ovens?
Classical sort of stuff. Beethoven. Beethoven.
No, you said beat it.
Again,
though.
they got
It's
it
bait. Hold on, wait a minute.
Just saying though. They
No,
got it.
it's bollocks.
Rob Harding got it.
No. Beat Oven.
Yeah.
It's not Beethoven.
They got it.
Do you understand?
The last one, the initial was M. Right.
I just want to know who Robert Plant is.
Don't be worrying about Robert. No.
Because it's not a name. He's not the one in Led Zeppelin, is he?
So M was the initial. The clue was Venice. It's all water, innit? How would you describe it? There's hardly any land, right? So
canal.
if there's hardly any land, right, it's more water. What sort of water would you get, right?
Wet.
And then what?
Wetville.
No, but just like water that in Venice. What sort of water is it? It's sort of
Muddy.
no, not
Muddy waters.
no. But how would you describe Venice?
What's the
If there's more.
But what's the initial again?
M? If there's
M.
more. If there's more.
Muddy waters.
If there's more sea than land, what would you say? Would you say? You'd probably say there's sort of more of it is C, isn't it? More is C.
Morrissey.
So that's the
Morris,
answer.
I don't know
Morrissey.
who that
Who
is.
is that?
Morrissey.
Morrissey.
So well done to.
That's the worst one you've ever done.
Well
It's
done
ridiculous.
to.
That's
It really
the
is
worst you've
ridiculous.
ever done.
It's ridiculous.
Morrissey.
Right, if they're that shit, don't do it anymore. This is shit. This is pathetic. Really, it's making you look a bigger moron than you are. Morrissey,
I didn't think that was
Plant. They
possible.
don't fucking work. Let's do
They're
monkey
getting them
news.
right. They're getting them right though. It's a bit of fun, isn't it?
Bit of shit.
Right. The first one, the initials ND. Right. ND. Who is it? Sing songs and that. Right. ND. The clue, that Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. So you've got to sort of imagine, oh, why is it a Jamaican fella?
Yeah.
Right? That Jamaican fella doesn't want anything. ND. Second one, the initial is E. I ask him to pass me the ball by using their head. Right? It's a band or an artist again. I ask him to pass me the ball by using their head. And the last one, TR, the initials, TR. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. What forgot?
What?
He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you. So what forgot?
And what's the...
TR for the initials. Right? Email in podcast@rickygervais.com. We just pick a winner, send you some stuff. It's Rockbusters.
Right. Rockbusters. Quick.
Right then, so last week gave you some initials, again of artist or a band.
Quick.
Cryptic clue and that.
Yeah.
The first one I gave you, the initials were ND.
Yeah.
That Jamaican fella, he doesn't want anything. Right? So you got to think about the accent there.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anything, so he's not sort of demanding anything.
Okay.
No sort of demand, nil demand. Nil demand. So it's like Neil Diamond.
They'd say Neil Diamond, please.
No,
Can I have some Neil Diamond?
No.
Right.
Nil demand.
But just now it was all to do with I've got no demands. Now it's a Jamaican person going in and asking for Neil Diamond in a Jamaican voice.
Yeah, I know, but it's a cryptic clue, innit?
Doesn't work.
The second one was, the initial was E. I ask them to pass me the ball by using their head. What do you do if you chuck someone a ball?
They head it back.
Edit back, yeah.
They head it back.
So you'd say, edit to us. Editors. That's editors.
What is it? Is it
It's a band that are
No, there's a
quite
band
good at
called
the
The
moment.
Editors, but there's no band called Editus.
Editus? What's that? Is it Greek? Is it a Greek band?
Again, cryptic. Just you got to
No,
think
again,
cryptic.
bollocks.
Then the last one, TR was the initials.
Yeah.
The cryptic clue. He's got the woolly ones, but I've got the ones that run and charge at you.
Go on.
What forgot?
Dunno.
Well-
Sheep. Something to do with sheep.
Right, something to do with sheep. They're the woolly ones.
Yeah.
What are the ones that run and charge at you?
Oh, they're woolly as well.
No,
The
what,
rams.
not as woolly. The rams,
Yeah,
right?
they're-
The ram ones, right? If you write that down,
No, you
What's
not
that?
write it down. It's
that's
a.
Ramones.
The Ram ones.
The
No,
ram
but
ones.
it's how you say it, isn't it? It's not because it's not.
No, it sort of changes about a bit, just cryptic.
But your understanding of the
Cryptic.
word cryptic is
Yeah.
it can be anything.
What am I thinking? Cryptic.
It's weird, you know, because right, I was thinking of doing a bit of educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Right, I'm always looking for stuff, learning stuff as well as doing the other job and that. And when we went out with Robin, and
What does this mean to anyone?
Yeah.
I'm just having a conversation about people they don't know. Go on.
well, it's enough, innit? His name's Robin. He's got really small thumbs. Right,
He looks a bit like Millhouse, doesn't he?
that sums it up. He's like Elephant Man. You know what you're getting there, right? Robin, he's got little thumbs, right? So I came
I
in.
wonder if he's listening.
I wanted to do some research, and I thought, I wonder if there's anything on small thumbs. Right? I found something. Do you know the saying, rule of thumb?
Oh, is it an inch?
Well, do you know what the saying
Oh,
means?
is it hitting your wife with a stick?
Yeah,
Okay,
apparently.
go on, explain.
Well, rule of thumb, do you know what that saying means if someone says,
Kind of, yeah.
Well, it just means a
rule of thumb, it's a general rule,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
right? Well, where it actually came from is years ago, husbands weren't allowed to sort of clout the wife with anything,
What was it like in the past?
I know.
You
Yeah.
couldn't clout your missus.
with anything wider than your thumb.
The stick had to be the same, no bigger than your thumb.
I know, I was thinking
so a big
Robin
bloke
could do no damage if he went out with anyone.
Although his is wide, he's got a little thumb like a little knob, isn't it? It's like it's truncated, because it starts off normal. It looks like he's had, his big toes put on his hands.
Does he have to drink a pint with 2 hands?
Yeah, yeah. And he's dropping stuff all the time.
Can I just go back to the rule of thumb thing, though? The idea, what date was this? I'm not asking Carl, I'm looking at Ricky, because you're not gonna have any idea, Carl. It's just gonna be the past.
Yeah.
But I like the idea that...
I think it's the same sort of day where, I don't know, you got hung for being homosexual and you could shoot a
I just love the
Welshman.
idea that there's blokes beating their wives with shovels, logs of wood, and someone's gone, hang on a minute, everyone,
Hold on,
which is
wait
crazy.
a minute. Let's have a look at your thumbs. What can we do?
Wait a minute. We've got to have some kind of rule here. I'm all for beating your wife, but let's have some kind of rule. Let's give him a sporting chance,
Yeah.
surely.
He goes, well, I say, well, what about you can hit her with the width of your thumb? And the wife goes, make it the width of his knob. I go, no.
He
no.
slaps her again.
Yeah, yeah. Width of your thumb. Alright. Better? Yeah.
It's like it's like I always remember seeing in the swimming baths, there used to be, those signs that would say, no running, no jumping.
Yeah.
That makes sense, no bombing, fair enough. No petting.
No petting.
It's like you're not allowed to kiss. in
Yeah.
the swimming
Yeah,
baths.
but-
And I love the idea that it's probably some kind of lifeguard who sort of maybe saw his ex-girlfriend getting off with some bloke in the water and thought,
Yeah.
oh, bloody hell.
Right.
Right, there's no petting anymore in here.
What do you mean?
No petting, you're not allowed to kiss her. Alright, no one.
You're not doing this just because
No,
you used to go...
nothing, there's not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem, just leave and don't kiss. You want to swim, but don't kiss. There's no petting. Did you just write that on in
Yeah.
yourself in biro?
Yeah.
No.
What's this no fiddling downstairs in or out the swimming pool?
No.
No fiddling with her downstairs?
No.
Right.
It does annoy me though. I was saying to Ricky the other night when we were walking somewhere.
No
people
taking her for a drink afterwards. You can't enforce that.
people who kiss and that in the street. That
Oh
annoys me.
yeah, people showing their affection for one another.
No, they can hold their hand and that.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was just.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, yeah. I see 2 people eating each other, like, in a restaurant or something.
2 people eating each other?
You know, snogging
Oh,
in
right,
public, yeah.
So that's that. Answers for Rockbusters we're doing them now.
Yeah, oh, well, come on then. Well,
Well, no, I think let's play a record, let's come back with that.
apparently we've got what about a bit of Cure?
Do you want a bit of cow?
Yeah.
We're gonna go wrong. We're gonna go wrong.
Ding dong.
Oh, here you go.
Oh, it's a fat fella with lipstick. Hello!
Is he not?
A Forest, The Cure, XFM 104.9. Good track, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Going all the way back. All the way back there. Wow, Rockbusters. The results. You've had a few real answers, proper answers, I hear. So, either I'm wrong, or people do think like you. I've got 2 of them. What are the clues again?
Right. First one was, the gingerbread man has only got 1 leg.
I got that.
That was LB.
Limp Bizkit.
Right.
Yeah,
the
that
third
works.
one. The third one that I think you worked out.
Yeah.
Have a holiday in Italy.
Chewing Breaks.
TB, chewing breaks.
Yeah, this is the one I can't get. If there's a reason why I can't get this, we're not doing Rockbusters
Can I
again.
give the answer to this one?
Yeah.
What's the clue?
The clue, these people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Yeah. TTB.
TTB.
The answer.
TTB.
Yeah, go on.
Give the clue again.
These people from the East Midlands swear a lot.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're never doing Rockbusters again.
Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Right, you're not doing it. You've blown it. You see, you sneak that one in,
Yeah, but I always like to sort of give 2 that, you know, are fairly easy, and then you sort of work out the men from the boys then, don't you?
yeah, but, I mean, if I'd have done a character called Tourette's Boy, friend of the little Chinaman, and it went, ding dong, oh look, it's Tourette's Boy, friend of, holy fuck, holy fuck, you'd have been annoyed. Do you know what I mean? Oh, who's your mate, Tourette's Boy? Holy fuck. You'd have been annoyed, wouldn't you?
Is that a character from Lenny Henry's show? I can't
remember whether it's Chris Moores or Lenny Henry.
Yeah, one of them. Anyway, the winner, lucky old Richard Perks from Birmingham. He's listening presumably on Sky, and so nice to have him listening. And that's Richard Perks. He's got those answers, all of them right. In fact, most people seem to get Terence Trent D'Arby or Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Well, I think that's offensive. If you want to complain, what's the number? What do they write to complain about that? Using
The
that as
same
an-
person you told people to write to and tell them I was a knobhead and shouldn't be on the radio. Last week when I was away.
Did anyone do it?
I think a few went through.
Did you listen to the show?
I listened back to the recording of
Did you
it,
get any emails before you listened to the show?
yeah, when I got in.
Did it upset you? What sort of things was it?
Just stuff, I can't remember. It was weird because there was like a few of them in a row, and I just thought, what's happened here?
Yeah.
And
Oh, because we said that, yeah, because you weren't here, so what did you say?
I just said, phone in. We had a couple of genuine emails that liked the show, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I said, phone in, and leave messages or email Andrew Phillips and Karl Pilkington and just say the show was great. The show was brilliant without him. But they went a bit too far, did they? What did they say then?
Oh, I can't remember. I mean, it doesn't bother me because I'm not bothered what people say, am I?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you don't care what you say to people either. Poor little Robin, he looked crushed.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's doing well at what he does.
He couldn't even hitchhike home because they wouldn't stop because his thumbs didn't show up. He couldn't. He was waiting there for ages by the side of the road.
Do you know the difficulty he has buying gloves? It's murder for him.
He wears little oven gloves.
Yeah.
From like Wendy houses. He has to wear Barbie oven gloves.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right, so, so the winner there, Richard Perks in Birmingham, if you could just email him with your address.
There was another winner, wasn't there? What was his name? It was
Actually, there was one person who got all the right answers, and there was almost a winner, but his name was Peter Kay.
And I like Peter Kay just coming second. So we gave it to Richard Perks.
Yeah. Peter Kay. Never gonna win.
Let's play a record. Radiohead. There. XFM 104.9. With Gervais, Steve Mitch and Karl Pilkington. Right, Rockbusters. Well, you shot yourself in the foot with that. So, Tourette's Trent D'Arby.
Amazing.
I mean, what did you think of first? His name and what words you could put in there?
I normally sort of just go through a Guinness Book of Hit singles and go, right, who can I do?
Alright. You're giving away a lot of, I mean, that, you're an enigma, Karl. I wouldn't give away your workings. I mean, because then everyone will be able to do it. And what you've got now is a gift that people can't really tap into. Do you know what I mean? See, that's what Lenny Henry and, Chris Moyles' mistake. See, I've sort of worked out how they do their comedy, and I'm doing it now.
Sure.
Do you see what I mean? Now that, I'm doing it,
I think the only way that people would start to be able to replicate a lot of what Karl does is if maybe they had a severe blow to the head, or they were diving and they came up to the surface too quickly.
Ding dong. Oh, I'd like a severe blow. Oh, get lost, David.
Oh, let's have some adverts, quick.
Steely Dan, reeling in the years.
Sorry about that.
Look, he's kind of put on his little duffel coat.
Yeah. Well, I'm not very well.
You look like someone that walks around Forbidden Planet.
Don't say that, that's the ultimate insult. You can say I look like something that you'd buy in Forbidden Planet, but not someone that goes shopping in there. Please.
The Professor. Oh, the Professor. Oh, brilliant. Oh, talking about weird looking, heads and stuff.
Go on.
We're, doing that cartoon on the internet at the moment, that little cartoon I did of, Karl. And the bid's up to
Hang on, sorry, that doesn't make any sense to people that don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I did a little cartoon of Karl. And, because he doesn't like his picture in the paper, when people request a picture of us, he started sending that off, and it's in Heat, and it's gonna be in Jack, and they put it on the internet, and they're bidding for it, aren't they?
Yeah, it's at, 200 quid.
That's ridiculous, isn't
crazy.
it?
That's
so
crazy.
what I thought was, we've got to frame it, Karl, we've got to put the copy of Heat in or something, you'll have to, the winning show, the show that they win on, you'll have to do a copy of that, so you know what I mean, they get something for their money, I think. I'm mildly embarrassed. So, it's for good cause and everything. But, didn't someone say 250 if they can come in and watch the show?
Yeah.
We can't do that, we don't allow people. But what I thought was, what about the winner gets to come in and squeeze your head? So they get in for just 2 minutes, we present them with it. Yeah.
No.
What do you mean, no?
I'm not having strangers
charity.
coming in squeezing my head.
What?
I mean, it's for charity.
It's for charity, Karl. Come on, mate. What are you like?
I don't care. I'm not doing that. I think even an ill person would say, no, it's alright, I'm not that ill.
What do you mean?
You don't have to have your head squoze for us.
Squoze. Squoze! You don't have to have your head squoze!
Alright, let's move on.
So how they bid then? How will they know they won?
xfm.co.uk/Ricky, you can see the picture on there. If you're interested, if you think it's worth more than 200 and you've got some money, then you send an email in saying, I'll give you, 220 quid or something.
But are you not going to let them squeeze your head? So we get someone here, the art department here, we'll frame it up, I'll put a little note of, like, authenticity, yeah.
Brilliant.
A picture of us. Can I have a real picture of you? A little
Imagine
behind the
David
scenes.
Dickinson examining that in a couple of years' time.
This is as cheap as chips.
Yeah.
You can sue him then, because he ripped off your phrase a little bit, didn't he?
You've been done here, mate. You have more money than sense. 220
I'll
quid.
tell you what, have we got monkey news today? We might not get to it, mate. We are running out of time.
No, we're doing it.
What do you mean, we're doing it?
The show isn't complete without it. I'd rather drop adverts and stuff.
Well, I'd rather drop adverts.
No, we're doing Monkey News. Do you want it?
Rick, my concern is that if you put Monkey News on the subs bench, it's going to be like David Beckham. He's
Yeah.
going to have his eye wandering to other radio stations.
Yeah.
And look what he's doing.
Yeah, he's
He
off
might
to
be
Real
leaving
Madrid.
off to Real Madrid. I might take Monkey News off to Radio 2 or something.
Yeah.
Right? So don't believe in Monkey News.
I imagine if they're listening now, they're probably going to call you and go, Carl, were you serious about bringing Monkey News to Radio 2? Because the check's open.